I was wrong about Mark Norman. There were two things I was wrong about with him, and when I'm wrong, I have to admit it. And to tell you the truth, I might have gained a little bit of respect for Mark Norman because he chose the hard road on both of these things, and he said the right thing, the thing that needed to be said, the thing that people needed to hear, and the thing that people were too scared to say. So let's go, and let's look at what Mark Norman got right.
Now, we're riding the gossip train. Choo choo!
Uh-oh.
I want to hear about Kill Tony with Chad Daniels, and the whole internet's abuzz.
What are they saying?
Well, Chad had a altercation with a handicapped guy, and then he went at it with
a handicapped guy. No, he had it with
red-haired-
William Montgomery. That guy.
I heard there was some handicap in there at first.
Who was the handicapped guy he had a thing with?
The handicapped guy goes, "Oh, I was driving here the other day," and he goes, "You drive?" And the guy was like, "Yeah, you don't think I can drive?"
Oh, he was joking. The driver
okay.
guy was joking.
2.5 million views
Yeah, this is a big show.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah. No, I remember the one. The William Montgomery one, I got shit for walking off, and people were like, "Oh, you couldn't." Someone was like messaging me. I had a few people like, "Oh, you couldn't handle a smoke or something."
Oh.
He was yelling. I'm like, it was like 2.5 hours into a show where they were serving me vodka soda or whiskey sodas by the pint glass.
Right.
God.
Maybe I have to pee at some point.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was like literally the point where I just whispered to Tony, I'm like, dude, I really gotta fucking pee. I've been holding it for like 30 minutes. It's like you think the show's wrapping up for a while.
Yeah, it's long.
And they're like, we have another guest. I'm like, I'm gonna piss my pants.
Yeah. So this is the guy with the driving. I feel bad because, Chad is doing great. He's got a Netflix special. He gets on Kill Tony. He's probably like, hey, this is a big platform. I'm going to get some views.
Did Rogan and Segura that week, too.
Then this shit happens. Because this is a tightrope, this Kill Tony. Because you want to be funny, but not too mean. Yeah. It's a tough one. Go for the Gumry. The redheaded
I think they were
guy.
having fun with each other.
Oh,
Afterwards,
okay.
they were laughing about it.
Well, the internet's already made multiple videos about how it was bad and Chad fucked up and all this. But you were there, so you.
I was there for part of it. I left at a certain point because I was like,
You didn't come back?
No, I came back.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he was still there. I don't remember. I had a few in me.
At the time when this clip came out, or when Kill Tony came out, everybody sided with William Montgomery. Nobody wanted to say anything. And if you remember, I made a video saying the complete opposite. Here's the thing. Y'all were all acting tough on the internet. Like, oh, I could let him scream in my face. It's a bit. Tell me. Let me come scream in your face and tell you it's a bit, and then see if you like it. And the fact of the matter none of you would like it. Not one of you would like it, but now you're all pretending like Chad Daniels had to take it. Well, I didn't believe that then. I don't believe that now. But let's keep watching and see what happens.
Perfect.
Yeah, it didn't seem that bad to me when I was there, but I did have to pee like a motherfucker.
Oh, here we go.
Tell you about turning on guests like that.
No, seriously, how would I do an impression? Talk, say something else. You don't sound any kind of way.
Are you guys like old friends or something like that? I don't know about it. What is going on right now? This is absolutely incredible.
It's like you make fun of how I fucking talk. You say something about my fucking dog.
See, I think Chad's like, I'm out at this point. I'm not gonna even talk anymore.
Like he's not going to get more oxygen?
Yeah.
All right. Does it get weirder than this?
I don't know. I haven't actually watched it. Sorry.
I just think he does this as like part of the.
This is his move.
It's like his character it's like wrestling. He's like,
yeah, exactly.
He's like turning on you as a joke.
Yeah.
But I was already kind of like, I think he just chose. He was going to probably attack, from what I gather afterwards. Tony's like, oh, I forgot to tell you guys he does that. It's such a hilarious thing.
Yeah.
It's like, I forgot to tell you my dog is rabid.
The thing I didn't like about this is Chad Daniels went into this blind, and you could say, well, he should have known. Well, Kill Tony sucks, so why the fuck would you watch it? You know what I mean? Like, I didn't know about William Montgomery. If I didn't know something and I went on his show and this guy popped out and was, is it my fault? And you go, oh, well, you should have watched Kill Tony episodes. What if he wasn't on the episode that I watched? What if I didn't watch all the way through? I think if there's a volatile person, you should tell him. Sam makes a good point. Oh, I have a rabid dog. Sorry, I didn't tell you. If your dog's crazy, the first thing people do when you come to their house is, oh, watch out, I got to get rid of my dog and put it in the room or something because it's not good. You warn people. Tony did this as a setup. The real monster behind this whole thing is Tony, because Tony is a little weasel. And we know that already. But I think Sam makes a good point. If you have a rabid dog, you let people know you have a rabid dog.
And it's one of those things, not to shit on the guy because he's a regular, but like, what do you do with that kind of humor? Like, I like jokes. I like fucking around. He's just yelling at me like, you don't know. I'm like, yeah, hey, all right, what are you, homeless? I don't know it's like a weird interaction. I don't know how to save that.
Right.
So that's a tough one as a comedian.
Yeah, I was kind of like, they were just kind of going. I was like, well, I don't really know how to chime in.
Yeah, I wouldn't have either.
I was sitting there for a while, like, all right. And then, you know.
I'm with you. I would have just been like, oh, it's on Chad. I'm out.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to do with the yelling. I'm like, can we go back to being comedians?
Yeah, if you're going to like zing me or something, it's different.
I love a zing.
Yeah.
Zing me all day.
But just the yelling, yeah, I wouldn't know what to do with it either, probably.
Yeah, and he's done it to me before, and I'm just like, are we done yet? I don't know. This is not my kind of humor. I'm not saying it's bad. I just don't know what to do here. I like jokes and
Well, you're like a
stand-up.
yes and type of guy.
Sure, yeah. I like improv. Do I yell with you? I don't know what to do, so.
As much as these Kill Tony fanboys and all the tough guys on the internet want to go on about, you should take it, you should know about Kill Tony, you should, no. Where I grew up, if you yelled in my face, you got in my face like that, you got smacked in the face. That's just how it goes. And everybody I've seen on the internet with all these crazy videos, the same thing happens too. There's something about having someone in your face and yelling at you that is just automatically confrontational. And this isn't a skit. This isn't something they planned. And he didn't know. That's not his fault he didn't know. How are you supposed to study everything? Did he know about David Lucas choking girls out too? Probably not. Did he know that Tony likes, okay, we won't say that on the air. We won't say that. But I'm just saying, you don't know everything about everything. And just because you go on Kill Tony, you don't know everything. It's like you go on Joe Rogan. Are you supposed to know every single guest he's had? Thousands of them. Like, come on, guys. I am telling you, not one person would take that. Not one person would take that. And if you do take that, well, you're probably watching your wife take that as well. You know what I'm saying? So listen. We got to stop pretending like it's cool to get yelled at in the face and it's comedy, because it's not comedy. And Mark Norman agrees. And I got a lot of respect for him because he's the only other person besides me that had the courage to say that. And I'm not saying I'm some great person. I'm just being honest with you. If William Montgomery did that to me, I'd smack him in his mouth. Because that's what he needs. Because the only reason you get away with that is because you haven't been popped in the mouth before. Because you don't treat people like that. And I just don't know why everyone's pretending. Even Red Bar, the guy that everyone looks up to in the comedy community for telling the truth, he did not tell the truth on this. I promise you he did not tell the truth on this. You know why I know that? Because if you got up in Red Bar's face, do you think he would stand it? No, he wouldn't. He would call you insane. He would call you all these things. I just think Red Bar, that's his shtick, and he didn't want to like admit the truth on this one, but it's okay because he tells the truth on a lot of other things.
Yeah.
That's all. That's.
No, I talked to him afterwards. He was very nice. That's the thing. But I think it's like it's like a character.
But I think the problem is Chad is a man. Chad will beat your ass. Like, he's a Minnesota hockey playing, beer drinking dude. So I think he's like, this guy's yelling at me. What the fuck's going on here? I don't know if he knows the shtick.
That would be a great episode of Kill Tony. Comedian curb stomps open mic. Like, you fucking bitch. Like, no.
It's going to happen on Kill Tony eventually, I
You
guarantee
think so?
it. Oh, eventually somebody's going to snap.
Yeah, one of these fucking open micers maybe has like a bad set and is just like, fuck it, I'm going down in flames.
Yeah,
Just takes off Harlan Williams' head or something. Someone goes down.
Well, have you seen the pen of whack jobs that are waiting to get on Kill Tony? It's like circus freaks. So eventually one of them's going to be full schizo. And then, Greg Fitzsimmons is going to be like, yeah, you got that right, you homo. And he's going to snap.
Mark Norman is right. One day someone is going to snap. And it's not like, you can blame him, because when you treat people like this, it's going to make people mad. Now, there's things you can joke about, you can rib on people and stuff, but when you're confrontational and you're screaming and you're yelling and you're being mean to people, those are things outside of comedy that set people off. So they're going to set someone off. Like, some people can take it. All you subs out there, all you subs like getting domed, that's probably the people that can take it. But guys like me, Nah, I just can't. Don't get up in my face. Don't get in my face. And I am so glad that Mark Norman called it, because it's the truth. It is the truth. One day it's going to be bad. But, you know, that's the first thing he was right on, and I'm really, really stoked. I'm stoked that Mark Norman said that, because I believe that as well. But let's move on to the next point, that Mark Norman, whoo, he's got some cojones to say this out loud, because it's kind of in the same realm. These are things that would hurt people when you say them out loud. And I think he might have got the old Joe Rogan on this one.
I'm obviously not a f***ing bomb expert, but I talked to one.
You should see erect.
He can't stop himself.
All right. Keep going. I needed some levity.
If you look at, it did need levity. If you look at the images of the building, if you look at the images of,
I'm not a bomb.
you're an animal. You're a f***ing animal. You can't be.
Now, if you remember this clip, I believe this was actually before Joe Rogan's special came out. So Mark Norman was a prophet, and we didn't even realize it. He was speaking the prophecy that Joe Rogan's act is terrible before it came out. And the thing you should notice is that you look at that clip, you look at Joe Rogan's hands, and he's playing with the wire like this on his thing down here. He's playing down here with this wire, and you can just see he's angry. And he's also, dang, that was a good joke. I just can't do that. And he couldn't help himself from laughing. But like, whoa, Mark Norman had some big balls there, because it was also on his show, which went out to millions and millions of people. So at that moment, I was like, okay, Mark Norman, man, you know, I'm not a fan of his stand-up, but boy, is he a great podcast guest. And he also just has these zingers right off the top of his head I can respect. You know, I'm still think he needs to work on his comedy act, but man, he should just go full in on podcasting, because boy, that was a zinger. But let's take out another zinger that finally put me over the edge, and I said, hey, I have to make a video. This guy's right. I was wrong not about his stand-up, but about, you know, him being a terrible Rogan Sphere, you know, product. So let's look at this other one right here.
Have to give out 65 shirts. If you run the
65
numbers
shirts.
on this,
Yeah.
that's insane.
a lot.
That's
A lot
dude.
of
We
merch.
can't afford 60.
Okay.
Rogan has an opportunity to do the funniest thing of all time.
No one's ever
yeah.
said that.
Rogan can just
I'm just kidding.
No, Mark, you're wrong. The opportunity's there.
he hears it, he says it, he does.
I got to give Mark Norman props. I was wrong. You know, I'm not a fan of his stand-up, and we all know that's subjective. Maybe it's just not my thing. But as a podcaster, as a comedian, a joke teller on podcasts, I think, you know, he's got it. He's got the zing, the zang, and he's got the bits that hit. You know, in the case of Joe Rogan, he told the truth before the special came out, and what a revelation that was, huh? We'll call him Mark the Prophet. And I'm just really glad that he told the truth about Chad Daniels, because at the end of the day, whether Chad should have known, Chad should have played along, you just don't yell in people's face. It's just one of those things. Outside of Kill Tony, he would have got jumped. You know what? Outside, anywhere else in the world, William Montgomery would have got pieced up. So why are we acting like that thing that makes us so mad in real life doesn't make us mad? Getting in people's face is a way to set people off. The first thing people do when they want to fight is, yo man, you want to go? They get up in your face. So just don't do that. That's one of those things, like saying the N-word to protect your First Amendment rights. That's stupid. You don't say that because it triggers people. Okay? You just don't do those things. And I am glad Mark Norman had the ability to go against everybody else and say the truth in both situations. So Mark Norman, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. I wasn't wrong about your stand-up. That's just my taste, you know. But I was wrong about the other stuff. You're not just one of those guys lumped into the Rogan sphere. You have some talent for this banter, this podcasting. And I apologize. I was wrong. So there it is, folks. Like, subscribe, share, have a good day. And I really appreciate your support. And hopefully we don't end up like Joe Rogan.
Know you'd like to thank you. Don't stay.